Welcome along to qualifying. If you want to see how difficult a Champions GP is, well, make sure to strap in because we have a qualifying round for you, hopefully, which is going to be full of excitement. We have the Champions qualifying from the Sao Paulo GP and we are going to be getting straight into it. Now, we obviously have the Piastri, we have the gyro, we have the Aeroblade 10% boost this week. That's going to be very important to our setups. So let's go ahead and enter. No legendary drivers are available. It's not a great boost either this week with Samba, so I'm not too concerned about placement. Let's just try and get some epics in the bag. Now, we enter Champions. We've got a sponsor task of Oscar Piastri. It's reputation points. I am not too bothered about that. So we enter Fireworks. We made it. But hopefully, no dodgy safety cars. That would be a nice little help, wouldn't it? So here is our grouping. Of course, on a Wednesday when this was recorded, it is a completely random grouping. So let's take a look at, first of all, our setup and our drivers, and we look ahead to the overtaking and cornering circuit of Brazil. So let's take a look. Now, Hamilton is going to be a big player. We have to be using Oscar Piastri as well. Now, no, Oscar Piastri's tyres are absolutely dreadful, so the one stop might be a little bit difficult. That's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But Hamilton is certainly a driver that is going to be really, really good for us. Now, our car setup is looking like this at the moment. I was tempted to take a little bit of speed with Valkyrie, but we're not going to. I'm going to keep with the 10% boost of Aeroblade, upping my cornering just that little bit more. Now, we are going to get on the way to race number 1. As always, please do leave a comment. Let me know which GP difficulty you have entered this week. So we don't have to use Piastri. It's only rep points for the sponsor task, but I don't have any better overtaking driver than him at 92 overtaking. It just depends that what I want to do on strategy. Do I want to go George Russell for 86? So, for example, like this, and he has a lot better tyres than Piastri. Look, maybe we do want to do that. I think I might do it because I think Russell could be a lot better, but nah, let's go Piastri. What have we got to lose, everybody? Let's go and see what happens. Look at that for Alonso. So let's give it a go. You never know. Let's go into a race start and see how we get on. So let's search for that one. We'll quickly log over to our race screen, look at Brazil, and you can see here we've got probably a 4 soft, 5 medium, 4 soft, but that's going to be very difficult to go ahead and do on Mr. Piastri. Looking at the boosts that feature both overtaking cornering, there's not many that actually incorporate tyres. So we might have to take a little bit of tyre boost to do a 5 medium, 4 soft. I'm looking for something overtaking and tyres potentially as we head off to Brazil. So let's get into our matchup. Let's get our grid positions ready and let's fly. Where do we qualify first of all? Probably near the back. That's what usually happens. So as we come across the line, we have got P17 and Oscar Piastri is at the back in P23. So we're going to start on the softs. I need a bit of overtaking and tyres. I'm going to go for a little bit of Feral. Okay, hear me out, bit of tyres. I'm also going to be going for then a boost of Cranberry, overtaking and cornering. I'm going to start both on the soft tyres, we're going to hope. Or maybe I'll start Piastri on the mediums to get that stint out the way on the mediums. And then an easier second half of the race. So here we go, trial and error. But both drivers are on the outside. That is great. We have a real player too. We should, hopefully, oh no, not to the inside, Hamilton. But here comes Piastri. And we've got away in the end. Okay, that looked a little bit daunting. But early doors, we've got away all right. Rival's gone for the hard tyres. And we are going to move now into P14. We're going to push all the way through this lap. And hope that we can pick off a few more positions. And we certainly can with Hamilton as Lawson comes back on the inside. We cut down a little bit. And then re-attack for the last corners. And see if we can get moves. We can't, as we nearly can get Hamilton through. So we're going to have DRS coming up. Piastri's still a little bit troubled on them medium tyres. And now we can hit DRS for both cars. Use the push as well. There you go. We're into P10. Make it P9 and P12. So really good early... Oh no, we just held off nicely there. So Hamilton in 9th. Piastri is flying on that Feral boost. That is looking pretty nice. He is up to P9, P11. And we are just going to make it on the tyres as well, as now Hamilton looks at a move on Sainz. Can't get the job done, though. He have to wait a little bit. Now, I'm going to use DRS quick. Oh, I'm not going to. Not going to have it. And that was good, actually, that we didn't, because we do move forward. Now, Piastri is getting some good power unit level here. And he's already up to 10th. Hamilton, we keep on pushing to try and close the gap. And let's use Hamilton's DRS now and Piastri's. So they both come through. And a safety car. We have got, ladies and gentlemen, the world's quickest safety car right now. And we are going to go to some mediums. Because that is lap 5 on a safety car. 6, 7, 8, 9. So we should be pretty good. We can count, ladies and gentlemen. That is great news. But we are going to have the world's fastest safety car. So watch out for this. We are thrown into a early strategy change here in Brazil, and there's only one thing for it. That means box. Yes, it is box time, but watch out for how quick this safety car is. It's already on the way. It's ridiculous on this track. You might as well carry on. So Hamilton in for his only stop. At least we're going to get a good half a lap on conserve here for tyres. That's going to help massively. So Hamilton is out in P number 7. Look how quick that safety car is. We are haunted by safety cars. We can't get away from safety cars. Look how... Abu Dhabi, on this account, last time out, we got the worst safety car in the world. This time, we've got the fastest safety car in the world. But it might work out in our favour. As now, as safety car comes up the hill, it's about to release us back. We've got kind of near the front. And we've got good power unit. So here we go. And we are racing again. We've got no DRS because sadly we just used DRS. But everybody is stacked up as through goes Lewis Hamilton. Oscar Piastri now with that big overtaking score is finding some positions. And he is going to move nearly into P9. But he can't get through. Can he find a way past the Williams? Yes, he can. Here is Lewis Hamilton into P1. We have managed to absolutely burn through, and that is good. Now, we've got cars coming into the pits. We're going to try and hold the cars out front up with Hamilton, and here he is. So, he's got good power unit left. Can we close down? He's in the lead. We're going to hit conserve again. It's all about race management to try and close the gap to these in front, and at the moment, that's working pretty well. Now, we're going to try and close on Lando Norris. And just losing out there is Hamilton. So into P5 we go. And P2. We've still got very, very good power unit and everything here. As DRS will enable again. Piastri will. And look at that. Accelerating up to speed quick. And now we're in a fight. It is Piastri, Alonso Russell. And of course our Lewis Hamilton. But can we get the moves? I don't know if we can. We're still holding up with Hamilton. Anybody for pit stops, please? And there is one. So we do move up to P number 4. So it's P4 and still Hamilton struggling. Now we've got to fight this. We've got to try and gain this back. Maybe they'll run out of tyres, the front runners. No, they won't. They're on hards. So maybe we made a little bit of a gap here. But we are pushing. Here is Hamilton to try and get through into P1. Oh no, I pressed DRS by accident. No, I pressed it by accident. Up the hill we go. Are we going to get it? No. What did I press it for? What a mistake. I mean, maybe I wouldn't have got it down the straight anyway, but I was too trigger happy with Piastri. And we have to settle for what is actually a good score at this circuit. 46 points. Why did I press it out of that? I think I panicked thinking I'm going to run out of time. I should have used it up the hill. But we do get 46 points. So we will take that against a real player who only got 28, I think. and that was a safety car drama, both having level 5 Piastri and both having similar setups as well. But that was a very good win. We're going to get a champion qualifier crate as well, which is going to be full of some commons, so we'll show you that quickly. And then we'll be getting into race number 2. So we'll open up, and I think we've got another cornering circuit coming straight away. So again, 56, Alex Albon, nearly at an asset trade for that. That would be nice if we can get some more Alex Albon. So we'll just quickly run through these just to make sure, and then we'll show you what we've got coming up in race 2. So let's take a look. So if we go to the top, I don't think we've got asset trade. We don't currently. And race number 2 is a trip to Zandvoort. So of course it's defense and drivers. Now you've got to be changing these over. I'm going to go Max Verstappen. And now Lando Norris would come in, but then you've got to figure out Piastri. He's actually worse off on the tyres. Okay. Better overtaking, better race start. Not much in it, and I'm not bothered about the race points. So I'm going to use these two drivers because they can get me a 4 soft as well. So this is going to be key. And obviously that is the setup we are going to be running. So I might run these two. Do we go Oscar? No, I'm not going to risk it. I want to get the soft tyres on this strategy. So they are going to be what we're running. Verstappen and Norris. We're going to head to race number 2. We're going to bring up our strategy guide so you can see what we're running. Now, we might again look at a boost with tyres for Piastri. So we might not necessarily, or not even Piastri, is it for Max? Sometimes you've got to come away from some of these big boosts. Now, in this circuit, we haven't got a handlebar. That's going to be a big boost out next week. We don't have much of Movember. We could use SAR. We haven't got a lot of it. Downforce could really work for Verstappen as well. That would take him up to 91 tyre management. So there is possibilities. We're going to be trying to do that 95 tyre management strategy, that 4 soft. And I think we'll probably look at a SAR boost. We haven't got a lot of it, but we're definitely going to try. And we head to race 2. I'm not cutting out any of the video. I'm hoping that you're seeing the way my brain and hearing the way my brain is working as to what I'm selecting. So 19th and 20th for the two drivers. And SAR is the way to go. You can see that one Movember. You can see some of the other big boosts in there as well, including some interesting ones. There is SAR. You can see 25 tyre management. Little bit of defending though. But do we go I might just go mediums and go to... you know what? Let's go SAR. Stuff it. Let's give us the best possible chance, shall we? Oh, panic stations. Nearly ran out of time. Anyone would think you know the boost to use, Aaron. Rival goes to mediums here in Zandvoort, and we are away and racing. Both of these drivers, not great race start drivers, so expect the worst from the race start. And we go in slow motion, almost as slow as me trying to grow a proper beard. And we do finally get some early positions. So it's P15 and P number 18. That is where we settle off so far. Now, on the soft tyres, we should be able to get a 4 soft. So easy with these drivers now. But we're going to have to manage really well because we've got both drivers on the same strategy. And when both drivers on the same strategy, you've got to be really careful because you don't want to double stack and you don't want to lose time. So we're going to keep pushing initially. First couple of laps, we want to keep pushing the drivers and see what natural sort of gap they make between themselves. As Norris does get through, Verstappen is coming through too. We're going to use DRS down this home straight. And then we're going to have to make a sacrifice with one driver. So we come round the final turn. On lap 2, we will now hit a bit of DRS. And we're going to try and get Norris into some overtakes. He gets into P10. And he's closing in on some of the cars. Verstappen, you can still see him. He's not far away. We are in double stack at the moment. So on lap number 4, what we are actually going to do is really conserve down. So we're going to leave Verstappen to be slow, but we're going to be gaining time all the time. Now, Verstappen's just about going to get a 4 soft here. Just about. I mean, I might go mediums to be safe, But we can see now what we're going to do is build up Verstappen's tyres. And again, probably not the best boost here to use, but we're going to show you anyway how a one stop on the same tyres can work. And you can see Verstappen just gaining power unit all the time. We're going to keep on pushing our driver Norris away, keeping Verstappen on conserve. So he's not really losing out too much, but what this is going to do is give him some good power unit to make that time up. So Norris comes in. You can see Verstappen coming in as well. Here he is. It's nearly a perfect pit stop. You can see how much time we lost. Probably a tenth or two there. And now we are already back out. So Verstappen will come out not too far away from Norris. He hasn't lost too much time at all. And we've really eliminated that part. So now we've got to keep pushing. Can we get Verstappen through into 10th? Yes, we can. Got to keep pushing along. Medium tyres and pace for Verstappen. There is 9th. And now we keep on trying to come through. Here is DRS. Verstappen up to 8th. So really good play here. And Norris is going to move himself into P5. So this is a good performance, I feel. Jack Doohan getting in the way slightly. But now we conserve back down. It is McLaren out front. Can we get Verstappen with all that extra power unit to the front? Or to some better positions. Carlos Sainz up next. Mr. Smooth Operator. Oh, he's got a good defence. He has got a good defence so far. Down the straight we go. Into P7. We do finally get that. Norris is still 5th. Can't really make any gains here. I mean, he is catching slightly, the Red Bull. Here is Verstappen. Can he get Lewis Hamilton now? Is there a move? There is a move. He's up to P6. This is okay scoring. Norris is bang there. Is he lapping? Yeah, he's got to be lapping the Haas. As now we push down the straight again. It is time to try and close the gap. As into 4th we go. Is that 3rd? It is 3rd. Can we get 3rd? Round the outside? No, not quite. So P6 Verstappen. Still got room to hunt down George Russell. And there's a move into P3. So we've managed to get him up really nicely in this race. Verstappen is going to come home in P6. It's domination by McLaren. They absolutely destroy it. Norris comes home in 3rd. Verstappen, maybe a little bit of a better boost choice next time because he didn't actually benefit from the extra tyres. He could have just started on mediums. But Verstappen still comes home in P number 6. We're still going to pick up 41 points in this race. And the rival is going to come home in 15th and 19th. So that is still going to be a very, very solid victory against this rival. And we'll wait for them to finish. They've used the Warrior boost on a one stop. And we'll compare the matchups as well to show you. So, we have got a 1-6-1-2. Very unfair matchmaking for that rival. Level 6 Leclerc level. 4 Piastri, not too bad. And the car was a little bit more qualifying in there. Some more speed as well with the Beast. Not exactly the best way to go. Now, we need to set up for race number 3. And this is going to be our first change of circuit because we're going to be going to overtaking and power unit. So let's have a look if we've got a power unit set up. We don't. So of course you want to just make sure you get all your power unit parts on for circuit number 3. They are quite simply, if you're up in the heights of what we are, it is simply adding the power unit parts. But I like flex over curler. That's the one big change that I like. I'm going to use Nexus in there. You can see with gyro, not really good enough. For that one, and then powerhouse. So that's going to be our setup right there. That is what we're going to be rocking in this one. Now we've got overtaking drivers required. Now this is the same as race number 1 Brazil, so it's going to be a case of Hamilton and Piastri going into it. So this is going to be a fun little battle. Now power unit and drivers, we are ready to race in wet conditions, and let's go to the strategy area and take a look. So China in the wet conditions. Here we go. So we've got 60 tyre management. It's going to be a conserved 60. So we'll probably even struggle nearly 70 to get the one stop in. 4 wet, 3 wet. But boosts, unstoppable, Gull Fuel, Dragon, Rooster, Glitz. Some really good boosts available at this circuit, and DRS to use down that back straight every time. The thing to note at China, really big undercut with a 3-4 is very much possible as well. So we head over to our matchup. It's in our favour, 100 team score ahead again. Now, China and Shanghai. Race number 3. Time to get the points on the board and smash it. Where are we going to qualify ahead of the rival? That's good. 17th and 20th. I'm going to risk it with no tyres for Piastri. And we're going to use... We've got overtaking and speed in this one. So let's use a little bit of unstoppable. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to use Piastri. No, we'll use that with that one. Let's go and do this. So, on to wet conditions we go. And we haven't heard the noise for a while, but what happens in wet conditions? We always get this.
Is there a leakage?
A leakage of what?
I have the seat full of water, like full of water.
Must be the water.
Let's add that to the weather freezer.
So, our start in this race is not too bad. We are currently into P13 and P15. Now, what we've got to do in this race is quickly make our mind up on the end of lap 2 if we want to come in or not, because we're going to have to use DRS and power unit and then conserve to do the undercut. So we're going to kind of just race around here and really just focus in on what we're doing. So here comes Hamilton as he looks for a move on Pierre Gasly, and he can't get the job done. But now he can. He gets the inside and gets into 9th place. Hamilton, 14th Piastri. And he's looking at a move now on Hulkenberg. Round the outside. Is it going to be a famous move? It is going to be a famous move. And another one. Bites the dust. We're up to P12. So, the leaders are getting away. The front 5 are slowly disappearing. But DRS is going to bring us massively into contention around here because it is so powerful. Now, we're not looking too bad on the one stop here. Both drivers are making good ground. As now, we go down the straight. And we attack with speed. It is overtaking Delight as Piastri nearly goes off the circuit. So if we want to avoid the double stack, we're going to have to do the same like we did before. We're going to have to just conserve one driver on the next lap. Now Hamilton's got some good power unit. He can continue. Try and attack Norris up the inside. He gets the job done. He is in to 5th. All the time, we're conserving with Piastri. We need to try and gain some power unit back for him, and you can see he's not too far away as now we do get into the next position. Now Hamilton down the straight with DRS. He's going to keep on pushing along as now we move up to P3. So Hamilton to P3. Piastri's tyres, told you might be a struggle. I said we've pushed quite a bit with Piastri, but we are going to go on to the 4. And again, you can do it with 60 tyre management, but you've got to not really push at all. But it's so much better than having to pit twice. So you can see how you have to kind of coach 10 extra tyres out of it. It's almost better as well to lose tyres at the last corner. You don't lose out too much. So Piastri is going to have a full set of racing boots on in this second stint. He is going to be flat out as Hamilton comes down the straight, hoping to take P1, and he does. He'll come into the pits from P1. You'll see here Piastri getting up to P number 5. We've pushed a bit too much on him, but you can see, look, he doesn't run out of tyres in this last sector. So it's just fine to keep going. As Hamilton is out in P1. 3 laps to come. Piastri coming out in P5. Now, all that power unit that we saved is now going to be hugely benefiting us. P5 for Piastri. But 83%, that's almost equivalent to 2 laps of full push power around this circuit. Hamilton is absolutely... Oh, he's through. He's gone. Gone. And now Piastri is going to jink out to the right. We're going to use all of that top speed, 208 miles per hour of it. And we're going to get into P2. So Oscar Piastri into P2. Goes backwards, but that's okay. I've got plenty in the tank. Oh, the P4! Did he close his eyes? Who knows? But now we can just take our time. And there is a double move. It's Oscar Piastri up to P2. I said take our time and then absolutely went and blasted past. Typical AZW. Can't wait. Has to be there at the front. But Piastri and Hamilton are absolutely lapping this up. They have managed to get to the front in really good time. And Piastri is keeping it within track limits as we start lap number 7. And our final lap already. We have blasted through this race. And it looks like Piastri could be trying to hunt down Hamilton for the win. But can he do it? Lap 7. Is Piastri going to get ahead? Hamilton's got greater overtaking, remember, so we should see Hamilton stay ahead now. But he will get DRS, Piastri. And we're not going to use it. Team orders, multi-21? Multi what? Okay, multi-21. Piastri back through. Hamilton fumes. Hamilton fuming. Oh. Oh, Piastri with the multi-21 comes through and takes victory at China. Who would have thought? Hamilton had it in the bag. And there'll be an interesting team meeting going on at AZW Racing after this qualifying round, that's for sure. Whoa. Into team battle. Rival comes home in 11th and 12th. So 47 points in the bag for us. Let's go. And now we can collect the points. We'll show you what the rival was running for Alonso, for Piastri, and a car setup of lacking the power unit. So that is another nice job done. Now what we'll do is we will just open, we won't open them, we'll kind of queue them up for the next race going. And that next race is a final trip to Canada, and it's back to our setup that we used a little bit earlier on. It's back to the Brazil setup and the Zandvoort setup, cornering. But this time our overtaking drivers have to be swapped back in. So in comes Hamilton and in comes Mr. Oscar Piastri. So that is our driver lineup. We've got to be a little bit careful. Piastri is not great on tyres again. He's going to be the trouble. Why couldn't he have tyres? I'm sure them McLarens are good on tyres. So Hamilton and Piastri, big cornering, overtaking and cornering circuit. It's race number 4. Now let's get to our strategy guide. Canada in dry conditions. So DRS we're going to be using down the back straight. A 4 soft is going to be the way for Hamilton. And I think we're going to have to use a 4 medium on the man himself, Oscar Piastri. Some good boosts around here. Granbury, Glitz, Ode, Herald, Cupper. But we've got to be using the Hamilton-Piastri combo. And down that back straight is going to be where we try and fly and get those positions. As we have our matchup. It's been nice today. Nice matchup. We've got Carroll. Here we go. Canada and Montreal for race number 4. The final race of qualifying. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. It's been a good insight so far. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. We're halfway. Well, not even halfway to 20,000 subscribers. We're nearly into the final 1,000. Hamilton, 17th. Piastri, 23rd. So, softs. We're going to make sure that we get that one there done. Now, actually, I don't need tyres for Hamilton. So, do I need tyres? 90. I want about 95. You know what? I'm going to use Ferrell on both here. Because we're going to get... Oh, wow. I don't need to do it on Piastri, though. So, let's use Cranberry. And let's go and attack and see if we've got the right call. So, both track stats for Piastri, 1 track stat for Hamilton, but a comfortable soft tyre. That's what we've worked out. Now, Hamilton gets away okay. Maybe this Movember boost is packing the punch, not just on the face, but also in the race. Oh, that rhymed quite nicely. I'm quite proud of that one. So, Hamilton has had a great start. He's already up to 10th. Make it 9th. Piastri not had the greatest start. Bit slower on the medium tyres. Maybe a little bit of warm-up issues. But now, as Hamilton goes into the hairpin, he's going to actually lose a position. He's going to lose 2. Verstappen comes back by. Is Albon going to come by as well? What is this? A blooming free-for-all? No, thank you. And now we've got to just try and get ourselves settled as Hamilton is 9th. Here comes Piastri. Can he go round the outside? He can't. He's P16 still. Long way to go. But this race should come to us. As Verstappen trying to get back past. He's being a pain already. But DRS is soon to be launched. This is going to be the game changer here at Canada. So down the straight we go. It's DRS power for our drivers. Here comes Hamilton. Oh, what a move. There you go. That's how you take 5 cars. Let's go. Here's Piastri coming through as well. Into 13th. I told you this race was waiting for some DRS power. Now we're behind Sainz. Not anymore. Lawson ahead of us now. In the racing bull. Can we get past him? Probably a bit of DRS again. As Hamilton comes in. So Hamilton, a bit more DRS. Let's light it up on the track. And let's light it up with Piastri. Hamilton is now into 4th. It's going to still be tricky. Oh no, Piastri's had an awful stint there. Awful stint. Couldn't get past. Now Hamilton is P2. Tyres, a little bit interesting, but P1 is flying out there. So we're going to try and hang on. Now we've got a breakdown ahead of us. And that goes. Can we make the most of the overtake here with the breakdown? I don't think we can, as Hamilton now will pit. So Piastri comes through, takes a double move before he pits. We're just going to keep conserving power unit here. And now Alonso is out the way. He's actually behind us still. Can we get out ahead of Alonso? Sainz, we're ahead. And Alonso, we're ahead. Let's go. And who's that still going round? Oh, is a Ferrari broken now? Oh, no. Charles Leclerc. He's not going to be happy. We move Piastri up to P6. And here's Hamilton then. Hunting down Hamilton. Here we go.
Okay, Lewis, it's hammer time.
Come on, hammer time. We've just done an F1 TV and got rid of the overtake. P2 for Lewis Hamilton. Here comes Piastri. Trying to get ahead. Who's in the pits? Who's coming out? Hamilton. And now we're still 6th. We've got to try and catch if we can. But there's a McLaren out front. Don't know if we're going to quite catch him. Piastri might just catch Yuki Tsunoda for an extra position. DRS not really available just yet. We're going to use it on medium. Save some of that power unit. Here comes Piastri now up to 5th. Where's Hamilton? Here we go, into the lead, cutting the corner. Lewis Hamilton. And into 4th place we go with Piastri. This is working out very nicely here. Piastri up to 4th. Hamilton into the lead. I'm going to conserve Hamilton down because of his tyres. And then we can still keep some DRS on the final lap. But I don't think... Well, there you go. There goes Norris. I'm going to just keep behind. Now I'm okay with that. And I'm going to be tricky on DRS into the final few corners. But here we go. We're going to try and close. Still P4. Oh, we're not a million miles away here. Hamilton back into the lead. Piastri is only there. I'm going to still try conserve down. Can we risk this for ultimate points? I don't think Piastri is going to have a chance here to get these 2 McLarens because he's not going to get DRS in time. We now lose out that position, but that's okay. We should be able to come back with DRS. Late move, here we go. Can there be a late move from Oscar Piastri? Nope, he's put the brakes on. Now that wasn't as exciting as I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to see Piastri cut the final corners, fly through, and get P3 and P2. Instead, he slammed the brakes on and didn't get anywhere. But it's a good point to finish. 45 points at this circuit of Canada for the final race. 45 in the bag, and the player of the rival, I think Bot, is coming home in 16th and 18th. So not the greatest show on earth for the rival. 45 points. I'm going to take that around this circuit all day long, especially with Piastri running the medium tyres. Another comparison. Hamilton 5, Piastri 4. Right driver lineup for the rival. Setup needed. Some more. Why do people add speed parts and a power unit part? I don't get it. Get some cornering on, man. So, here we go. It is time to have a look how we have done. We're going to open up these champion common cards. Get that done first, and we'll show you how we have performed. But make sure to hit the thumbs up. It's been some great action-packed racing. Motion is our common card. What else have we got from these cards and chests? It is 56 Oscar Piastri, the man of the moment in this GP. And finally, we have our next and final common. It is 56 Synergy. So, that was good racing. I enjoyed that racing. We've ticked off a lot of these. We might get an extra bonus crate in here. A couple of bonus crates, actually, as we've now got... What do we got in the store before we check the final points? 6,300. So let's quickly open these bad things and see if there's anything good. Stabilizer. Can we get an asset trade before we finish the video? Aeroblade. We've got Colapinto. And we get some Exhale. I need Valkyrie. Not that one. Wrong rear wing. What's up next? Still going to get an epic in this one then. That's good. Yuki. Norris. Stroll. Oh, it's double Stroll. Double Lance Stroll.
Okay, can you bring it back, Lance?
No, I'm in the wall.
Now, one more race crate. Let's see what boost we get. Warrior. Any epic in here? Norris. Alonso. And some Ocon. So no epic there. So let's take a look then how we got on. There's nothing to claim in the pit pass. That has all been claimed already. Nothing good in there too. Let's have a look. 4 races down of Sao Paulo. We have obviously qualified on Wednesday, but this video is coming out on Thursday. Champions, it is 179 points. We dropped a total of 9 points, and that came from mainly race number 2, which was the trickier circuit of Zandvoort. So interesting, but that was a very good round of racing. Happy with the performance. We did our best. That's the main thing that we got to do, and we scored some good points. So that was good. Hopefully you've enjoyed that racing. I, when this video comes out, is now on holiday. Just think of me, you know, by the pool, sipping a nice cold beverage, not caring about a thing in the world. It's going to be great. But we've got plenty of action-packed videos for you still to come. So keep supporting the channel, keep hitting the thumbs up, subscribe and comment as well. And we'll see you very shortly for some more F1 Clash goodies.